Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I am popping on just a little bit early as I promised I would. We're going to continue this talk during this awkward week of what should we be doing after Christmas, before New Year's, before 2021, and how do we wrap up 2020? I thought we would just work a little bit on our mindset. So hello, I hope that you've had a good Wednesday. It's been a weird day for us here at the Woods House. I have something very exciting to show you. You won't think it's exciting. I'm just telling you right now, but Matt and I thought it was really exciting because we got a package in the mail today from one of our folks, one of you that is on here all the time. And I'm going to share that with you guys here in just a minute, what we opened. It came all the way from Australia. Hi, Rachel and Lindsay and Nancy. How are you? I'm glad you're here. So I'm sipping on some hot tea. Feel like I got some drainage stuff going on. If you want to talk a few minutes about jealousy, stick around. If you'd rather just watch me paint on this canvas, come back in about 15 minutes or so and we'll do that then. I'm glad that you're here. I just promised that we would continue this week. Wrapping up, I've got 2 days left of this year, which means 2 days until I get to take a break for going live every single day since October 1st, minus a couple of days on the road and a couple of holidays. Hello, Alice and Karen and Gavin. Gavin's here. How are you, buddy? So I told you last night, we were kind of talking about mindset the last couple of days, and we were talking about some of the 5 common denominators that us as creatives kind of deal with on a regular basis. Whether with ourselves. And I thought, you know what? I didn't say that jealousy was one of the 5 common denominators, but we're going to jump into that just for a few minutes today. It's so funny. Hi, Karen, Hannah. I hope that you had a wonderful holiday. And Tammy and Zenart Mermaid. Hey, girl. I'm glad you're on here. Jessica, how are you? You're going to miss us. I'm going to miss you. And then I'm going to be like right back the next day. Like that's how it's going to go. All right, so I made a few notes, and like I said, I'm going to paint here in just a few minutes. So if you want to come back for that, you're not into the touchy-feely, lovey stuff, come back then. But this week, we are working on mindset. It's a very popular thing that as a creative, we talk about in my creative connection, because we all know that when we're not feeling like ourselves, our creativity is smothered, basically, and it really, that's all right, Derek, I get it. It really keeps us from being our best when we sit down and we force ourselves like, okay, it's time to paint, but there's this thing that just keeps bothering us. And I won't lie. Hi, Mama. I will not lie to you. About an hour ago, I was talking to Matt about something, and I brought up this topic that was on my mind yesterday pretty heavily. And he looks at me and says, what'd you say?
I don't know what we're talking about.
He's in here just kind of waiting. So he looks at me and he reminded me of it's an old Chinese proverb, you guys. And it's from one of our favorite books that we read to the boys when they were little. And there was a character in it. He was a large panda and his name is Stillwater. Stillwater had a really big imagination, but he went and visited this family of 3 children. And so there were 2 books. There was a part 1 and a part 2. But in one of the books, there's a couple of references on practical everyday life lessons. And then they would mention an old Chinese proverb and apply that to the story. And Matt and I loved this book so much. Thank you for the hearts and thank you for the shares of this video. I appreciate you guys so much. And so every once in a while, I have a weakness, and Matt is really quick to say, are you still carrying that around? And he's like, you need to let that go. And of course, he's being ornery, but he means it when he says, you need to let that go, because I carried it from yesterday into today, and it needed to stay in yesterday. So I thought it's really funny that we were going to kind of talk about jealousy and talk about moving into 2021 and leaving something there and not carrying it on. So we talk about big shoulders, we talk about the weight of the world on our shoulders. And I know I'm like you. We're like this, guys. We tend to carry everything and we think we have to be responsible for it and be all in charge. Correct? Raise your hand. Oh, they're saying hi, Matt. Hi, Matt. Wasn't sure if you were there. He is here. He was just kind of patiently waiting and looking over all of his goodies that came in the mail from Australia today. So he reminded me of that Chinese proverb that we tried to teach the boys so many years ago. And we still love those books. We saved those books and hoping to read those to grandchildren one of these days. But the point of it was you're carrying this thing and it's weighing on you so heavily. And at what point do you just decide, I'm going to leave that down? I'm going to pick it up, set it back down, and I'm going to leave that over there. And so I appreciated the reminder because we were standing right in the bedroom and I was saying something and he just looks up at me and says, are you still carrying that? And I knew what he was making a reference to because I carried that emotion from yesterday into today and it didn't serve me at all. It kept me from being as productive as I should have been. And I allowed someone else's reaction to something to inhibit my creativity today, my daily activity. And I didn't deserve that. But I allowed myself to do that. So can you raise your hand if you are like that and can relate? So when we're talking about jealousy, there's two types of pains, right? There's the jealousy induces pain most often, whether you're the one that's feeling it or vice versa. There's two types of pain. It's the pain that hurts, and the other one is the pain that changes you. And I think at some point we have to decide if the jealousy is going to change us or if we're just going to have pain from it. And so yesterday I was feeling some pain from something, a particular situation. And he asked me why I had carried it into today and why I didn't let that go. And so the story is there's an old wise man and a young boy. And they're traveling along in this children's story. And there's an older woman, which she may have been the queen.
A younger woman who
She's a
had
younger
lots of
woman
money.
who had lots of money. And she wasn't being very kind. But there was a puddle of water. And so she let this older, hunched over man come pick her up and carry her over the puddle of water so she didn't get her shoes or her dress wet. And it made the young man so mad that she treated them that way. And he was so upset about it. And he couldn't let it go. And miles have passed. And the young boy says to the old man something about it, brings it back up. And the old man just looks and says, are you still carrying that weight around? I set her down miles ago. And so Matt and I are both like, that's such a good one to remember. And we love those books. Does anybody remember them with Stillwater? Stillwater? Oh, I'm okay, Gavin. Thank you so much. You can beat someone up. No, heavens, no. No one did anything wrong. It's just on how I allowed it to affect me. And I shouldn't do that. Thought you were supposed to throw your jacket on the puddle for the girls. Gavin, that would work too. That's a good one. Let me know if you end up doing that for somebody. So what I wanted to leave you with on 2020 is if there's something like jealousy or something that's heartache, I'm asking you to leave it in 2020 and maybe not, if you can, maybe not carry it with you to 2021. Love the moral of the story and how you told it. Thank you, Alice. It's pretty short and sweet to the point, but it was a very small situation that had happened, and really nothing had happened. But the fact that I kept bringing it up, and not that he was probably partially tired of hearing about it, but he asked if I could just drop that off. Sis, why would you keep carrying it around? It's not serving you. It's not serving you whatsoever. It doesn't serve anybody. I love that old Chinese proverb. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. That's another one that I love, and I read that from time to time, and I have it pinned on my Pinterest board. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the best time is today. So we have these negative narratives that run through our brain, and ask yourself, is this a habit of mine? Like, do I often react this same way? And then ask yourself or write down, let's suppose I had reacted this way, or let's suppose I had said this. And then imagine what the outcome would be. Imagine if the outcome had been different. If you had said or reacted differently to somebody being maybe not so nice, or maybe someone being jealous towards you. Just imagine it. And write down several different possible responses, even if it doesn't sound like you, or even if it's like, oh, I would never reply that way, not if someone treated me like that. Let's just say, for example, and then try to figure out what that next move would be. How would the next scenario go if I had replied this way? And then ask yourself, would I be better off than I am right now? Would I be feeling better than I do right now? And would I be able to actually let that go if I had quit making the same repetitive, habitual reaction over and over and over again? Maybe it's the same person that you keep reacting to. I hope this helps. These are things that help me. These are things that I work on. These are things we talk about in my Creative Connection when we have our Heart Talk the first Friday of every month, and a little bit here and there. I try to think of what's on my mind at the present moment, and I just assume when I'm talking with 530 women and 5 guys that there's some more people in the group that happen to be going through the exact same thing that I am. I want you to notice how you react to situations, and I want you to get a piece of paper, and I want you to get a pen, and I want you to actually recognize your behavior and spend some time on yourself. Like, this was one of the common denominators, that we don't spend enough time on our own self because we're taking care of everybody else. But if you are actually thinking about yourself and the way you react to certain people, especially the close people in your life, and maybe there's a situation that keeps happening, and of course he acted this way, or of course this was done. Let's just pretend that you said this instead of that you usually say. Or let's pretend you do this when this is said or done. Imagine it and then go, well, how would I be right now? Would I still be upset? Maybe I would feel different. I know that this is not Valerie Smith, are you spending too much time with a counselor? I really don't know what you mean by that, Valerie, and I don't really need any of the sarcasm when I'm actually just trying to be super helpful to other people. It's a hard time. It's a really insecure week for a lot of people. And so I wanted to reach out, Valerie, to other people. I'm not actually seeing a counselor, but I hope that this is a safe place for people to come and actually share, and also be gracious for the time that I am on here with them. Gavin, you sweet child. I can let go of issues that don't involve those people that I love. Struggling with a family member that have suddenly shut me out this week. Trying though, really trying. Debbie, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. So if you're just popping on and you missed Tuesday and Monday, we started in on some mindset, just kind of finishing up our week because it's that weird in between week. And I just kind of asked if anybody needed to kind of talk about what was going on, and who know, do you know, it's one of those where it's like, are you ready to start New Year's resolutions, or are you just not doing any? And so I just thought maybe we could work through it together and think about things that might be on our mind and actually talk about them a little bit. Thank you, Tasha. Julie says, yes, the best advice I received from a colleague when I was first teaching and had major issues with a particular student, she told me I needed to stop dancing with him and just let things go. What a difference that made. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, you guys. So I just wanted to leave you just kind of in closing before we pop over here on this canvas over here and say in closing that your strongest muscle and your worst enemy is your mind. So I think you should probably train it well. And I am going to take care of that. There we go. There we go. Okay, sorry. I wanted to go ahead and take care of that while it was popping up here. All right, so we started a little bit of color on here, as you can see, and so I'm going to kind of shift my chair. And I mentioned to you in the very beginning that I had a really fun thing that came in the mail. I've never received a package from Australia, and there were some goodies in it. And Matt's super, thank you, the turquoise iris, Miss Michelle. I actually blocked that user. She's a repetitive person that has come on multiple times. So when we're being positive and loving, we don't need any negativity. So we take care of
Gavin
that.
says, do you think it's okay not to do New Year's resolutions? Because most percentages of people do not do them, and then they feel like they failed. So it's better not to do, or is it better to do?
So this touches on exactly what I said, Gavin. And before we shift over here, last night we talked about this exact same thing about failure, because the only way you can possibly fail at something is to do, try, and start. And so the way I look at it is starting anything is awesome. Doing it, trying it, it's awesome. So I think it just is actually a shift in your mindset on what a failure really is, because there's absolutely no way you can fail if you don't try something or do something or just start something. And for me, at the end of my life or the end of the month or the end of the day, I want to look back and say, well, at least I did or tried or started. I hope that that makes sense to you, Gab, because I am learning that failure is okay. And I'm learning that if I'm going to fail, I'm going to do it here with you guys. And I don't have to be alone. And that my kids are watching, and I need them to see that I'm at least trying and that I'm at least doing.
Well, failure is a part of moving forward.
It's doing, starting, and trying. There's no way you can fail without doing those things.
It's how you look at it, Gavin. Some people call it failure. Some people call it other things. It's just, if you never try, you'll never know. And you can learn a lot of things about yourself. And, you learn how to deal with failure, learn what maybe went wrong, and then you correct those for next time. I think goals are important. And I think you should always have something to work towards. Because if you're not working towards anything, you're just standing still.
Yep. Always make New Year's resolutions. I'll be honest with you. I always make New Year's resolutions. And it's because I'm a goal setter. I like to make goals. I like to plan. But the guy sitting on the other side of the room over here usually says, I don't make New Year's resolutions. I've never really known why. But he's not really a big fan of making New Year's resolutions. I think he just either sets his mind to doing something or chooses not to. I'm a list maker. You guys know in my group, I've got sticky notes everywhere, and I like to plan, write it down, read it over and over. I even stick things on my mirror sometimes. So anyway, I just want to send out cheer, and I want to know that I want you to know that I've been here since October 1st every single day. And if anything, you guys pump us up, you bring us joy, and you make us happy. And so we're just grateful. And I'm just trying to give back with positive encouragement. Okay. So I started in with Queen Bee. I had some mint chip, and then I think I had what was that color? I realized, oh, I put 57 on here and realized I had added that green mica. And then I put Fancy Farm Girl and I put some Bohemian Blue. You can kind of see the colors on here, but I'm going to start by turning this on its side.
Tasha says, yes, I am learning to let go of a stupid perfectionism habit that blocks me from being able to do. When I let go, I create.
I read something somewhere last year where perfectionism is a form of your ego. And I know that a lot of creatives, or just a lot of people, have that perfectionism. They don't want to stop until it's perfect. They want to keep, they want to do 14 paintings in the 1 month and they end up doing one because they needed to get that one perfect before they can move on. And it ends up our ego is being the thing that interferes with it. And that really stuck with me because I could get it. I got it. It's that fear of judgment. If it's not perfect, it won't meet my standards. I'm afraid I won't meet someone else's standards. And man, I have just thrown that out the water. And it's been really life-changing for me to let it go, do my best, and that's the best it's going to be. How about you, Matthew Woods?
Yep.
Yep, what?
Yep.
You don't make New Year's resolutions, do you?
I do not. Never have.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't have a good answer.
I am going to put some fluorescent red on this canvas, and I'm going to start bringing in some heavier colors and some brighter shades, and I'm just going to play because that's what I feel like doing. I worked on Barcelona today. I had such a fun time. I painted the inside of that piece that I said, do you guys want to guess? I posted a picture of it and said, do you want to guess what color's on the inside? Hi, guys. That's okay. I hope that you can go back and watch the beginning. I just talked a little bit about what was on my heart today.
The quote I talked about yesterday is, you miss all the shots you don't take. And I think there may be more to it than that, but that's what we have a little sign, a metal sign that I buy. We have several quotes out there. I put them up so Dion can look at them every time she gets in the car.
And the boys.
And me too. I like to hang out in the garage in the summertime and reflect and clean and all kinds of things. And it's just, I think, Dion talks about it all the time. I do think it's important mentally to have something that you can grab onto. I'm referring to words or phrase or if you have a mantra or whatever that may be, and memorize it and know it. And when you're feeling a bit weird, you can say it to yourself and say it several times and then try to get your head, your mental space back on track. I do think that is important. At least it is to me. It may not be for everybody else, but it really works for me. So.
Well, occasionally we like to send out a family text in our text, the four of us, and try to send words of encouragement, especially if we know it's a hard day for one of each other, or we know it's just going to be something that the other one needs quite a bit. There's a little bit of extra. Come on, guys.
Farah, Mika, have you ever used any of the inks or dyes in the droppers on canvas?
The inks or dyes, I have not used alcohol ink on canvas. I don't think. I have a violet over there, and I am so glad you just said that right now because I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get that.
Gavin says, so I should choose a resolution that is super big and not easy, or should I do one that's... Gavin, it's more of a personal thing, buddy. I think it's good to have a big goal, and then you should have a bunch of small ones to help you obtain that goal.
It could be something little, Gavin, like when my little brother comes and touches my stuff, from now on, I'm going to try to be more patient and understanding because I was probably just like him when I was his age. Like it could be something small, and it could just mean that you try. You try. It could be me as a mom. When my children get on my very last nerve, maybe I make a actual verbal commitment to react a little bit differently. And that's just one of my New Year's resolutions. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be anything big, and it is totally up to you. If you feel like that's what drives you, and maybe you're still learning that, but I'm driven in that way, so it works for me. It doesn't work for this one. He doesn't do it. I'm gonna get it, Pam. I'm gonna get my. I have a violet that I think would be really pretty on here.
Well, can I talk about my fun facts?
Your fun facts. You can, but first I have to say this. Kathy Anderson sent me these boots from Australia today, and she sent us a box of goodies, and Matt is dying to tell you. Go ahead, baby. I gotta get ink.
Okay, so we received this box, and it was from our good friend Kathy Anderson in Australia. You guys know who she is. She's on here. We've interviewed her several times.
She came on Friday Night Live.
Yeah, she's awesome. Anyway, she sent us this gift, and I'm really excited about it. But she sent us this Christmas card, and it's inside. It says Aussie Fun Facts for Matt. These are really cool. I don't know if you know this about Australia, but these are some really cool facts. So the first one, there are 3 times as many sheep than people living in Australia.
Had no idea there
No
were
idea.
3 times as many sheep as there are people.
Australia has a larger population of camels than Egypt. Now, I would have lost a lot of money on that bet.
If you bet.
If I
you were a
did.
betting
If
kind
I
guy.
were. If I was a betting guy, I would have lost a ton of money.
Tell them the one about the beaches.
I'm going to go through all of them.
Listen, oh,
The Australian snowy mountains get more snow than the Swiss Alps. Down, what are you using now for that drip color?
it's Rouge Violet, Red Violet, India ink from Bombay. And because she said that a second ago made me think, ooh, I'm going to use this.
The state of Tasmania has the cleanest air in the world.
But why, I wonder? Like,
Maybe there's nobody that lives there.
so Kathy sent him a Christmas card with fun facts about Australia because he's fascinated with it and wants to go there so badly.
I just want to speak Australia.
And so you guys wait till you see what she sent him.
The world's largest golf course, measuring more than 850 miles, is located in Australia. It's like a par 20.
Whoa.
It's like a par 22 course. Crazy. Or per hole. Australia has 3 national frisbee teams. I thought that was funny.
3 national frisbee teams.
That's pretty funny right there. It would take 27 years to visit a new Aussie beach every day. Now that's impressive. I'm not good at math, but
That's a lot of beaches.
That's a lot of beaches.
It is awesome. So Matt, when we go there, we have to go to at least 2 or 3 of the beaches.
So Gianna got some boots. It was very,
I got
very
these
kind.
boots. Yes, she sent me these boots, and they're super warm, and they say Australia on them.
Now this may be kind of hard for you guys to hear, so tell me if you can't hear it. But I got this. It is a. I'll just show you. Show them this one. I don't know if they can see this.
So it says
Good
good
day.
day, and you push it, and it says,
She'll be right.
I don't know what he said.
Wait. That one is.
They're not Uggs, Diane.
She'll be right.
She'll be right.
G'day, mate.
Good
G'day,
day, mate. So he can push a button and he can hear the Australian phrases that are so popular there.
The problem is I'm not real sure of context how to use them.
We're not sure about the context, so we were hoping she would come on because we would like to know exactly when do we say this term. I don't want to say it in the wrong term.
Like one word is struth, S-T-R-E-W-T-H, struth. I don't know what that means or what context you would put that in.
Well, when we're going to leave this stuff in here, and so when Kathy does come on here, we're going to quiz her. You guys, she's so fun. She's so fun. It was such a sweet gift.
Very, very nice. Very kind, and we always appreciate our Kathy Anderson.
So this is that purple color that I'm still using, you guys, that lovely lilac color that I made with the mica. The Daphne purple. Was it Daphne is purple? Who's purple?
What?
Daphne, Scooby, Fred. Remember the names of the colors? Who wears the purple sweater on? Was it Daphne? Oh my gosh, Matt.
I don't know.
What do you mean? You don't know?
I don't know.
You didn't watch Scooby Doo?
Um,
Thought you knew all the things.
that's one that may have like. Okay, Shaz says Struth.
Oh, Shaz. Yes, Shaz, help us.
Struth is like OMG. Oh, I'm gonna wear that out.
Honey, I don't know if Shruth has that great of an impact.
Struth.
Shruth.
Struth. She'll be right.
Daphne or Thelma. I think Thelma was orange and Daphne was purple. But that's the name of the mica color. And I mixed it with the white and got that color that I'm still scraping out of this tub.
Everybody
Because
says Daphne.
that's what I thought, people.
What paint tube are you using?
What paint tube? I have fluorescent red. I have fluorescent pink. I grabbed some fluorescent yellow from Master's Touch. These two are golden. And then I have a turquoise and a Prussian blue that I'm going to use. Also have a cerulean blue.
Okay, Shaz, what does she'll be right? She'll be right? What does that mean?
Right.
Does that mean like
Oh,
she's-
show them what else you got. You got more things than that.
Oh, I did.
Diane. So the brands here are golden for the red and the pink. The Master's Touch is yellow.
Hello, Carrie Cotter.
And
That was my Harry Potter voice saying Carrie Cotter.
and then I have some more golden Prussian and teal. And then I'm going to use the cerulean blue from the Windsor and Newton. Crystal
Gavin?
says, what about us? What about us? What?
Gavin, Miss Dion, have you ever tried to put mica powder in Big Top when you seal something? It's absolutely magical.
Ooh, I haven't, Gavin. I've put it in the wax, but I've not done that before. Thank you for that tip. I like magic. I like magic a lot. In doing art, I just wanted to do this piece on the side. I'm going to flip it to the other side here in just a second.
Okay, Robin, let's hit the frog and the toad. Let's get started on the road trip. So you would say, let's hit the frog and the toad. Let's get started on the road trip. That's what that means.
The frog on
Let's
the
hit
toad.
let's hit the frog and toad.
Hit the frog and toad. So that's like get in the car and drive. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Struth is an exclamation like Struth. Bloody. It's bloody.
That's like
than
saying
we
bloody,
do.
bloody.
But when I say she'll be right, what does that? How would I use that in a sentence, and what does it mean? Tara Williams has a question for you.
Sure.
Has anyone used mica with like resin? Mine came out matte,
Ooh.
as in MATTE.
MATTE. Yeah, I don't know. I know that most mica, the reason people use is because it has a natural shimmer to it. Amy Sadler is your mica girl, right? Yes. Yep. If you used alcohol dripped on alcohol ink, would it remove the paint? I don't know, Tammy. Matt, he's not watching the OU game. The boys all are. We have 8 teenagers here right now that are watching the game. But after the first 14 minutes, it was like 14-0. So that, well, Matt was never watching it. Nope. He knows he's going to come in here and be on here with me. Hi, Miss Debbie. Hello. So what Matt didn't tell you what he got in the mail from Kathy Anderson, she also sent food. She sent Aussie food, and they're called Tim Tams. Tim Tams, you guys. She sent Tim Tams. And they appear to be chocolate cookies. Is it your first? Do you want a boy or girl or don't care? Oh, y'all are talking. Tim Tams. 3 different flavors she sent with the boots, the talking button, and she also sent fun facts about Australia. So Kathy Anderson, if you guys see her on here, we have a couple more questions for you. It was such a nice treat to open up something from Australia. Tim Tams are good. I didn't know. Biscuits, not cookies. Oh, biscuits, not cookies. So sweet. Is it halftime or something? Talitha, is it halftime? I hear my door opening. There's 8 teenagers here watching the OU game. All right, so I'm going to get some white in here with these fluorescents. Elijah had his wisdom teeth pulled out today, you guys. And so it's been a little bit different day. Talitha said, you're not watching the OU game, Matt.
I am not.
Is it halftime?
Almost. Almost.
Okay. So I used DIY paint on this background of this yesterday when we were all on here.
Okay, Chef says she'll be all right, means everything will be okay. She'll be right.
Should be all right.
No, right.
No,
She'll be
right.
right.
Should be right.
You beauty.
Okay.
Crikey. No worries. Okay, this
Push
is
the
it.
button, babe.
You a beauty.
Oh gosh. Oh, Matthew's gonna use that all the
You a
time.
beauty.
You're gonna have to use that on Friday Night Live.
What's fair dinkum?
All right, so let's get out. So this was where the farm girl met, and then some bohemian blue. I'm gonna get a little bit more white. This
Do we
is
have Debbie on here?
the number 38. She did say hello earlier. I don't know if she's on still.
Did she say hi to me?
I don't see that. I heard her say hi to 144.
Debbie did not say hi.
I'm sure she did, honey.
Kathy is on her way home right now. Kathy Anderson.
How do you know?
That's what the turquoise iris just said.
Oh, Kathy is on her way
Fair
home.
income means it's fair enough.
Patty Levine.
It says fair dinkum. D-I-N-K-U-M. Dinkum. Is it? Am I not pronouncing it correctly?
I don't know why you would ask me this.
Robin Harrison said fair dinkum is the real McCoy. So basically, I'm fair dinkum. Fair dinkum.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers,
Cheers,
mate.
mate.
I love that one.
I showed him the cookies that you got in the mail too. I see that you weren't showing those to anybody.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That means he's not wanting to share. It's
I
cookies.
don't know.
Or biscuits. I was told they're biscuits. They're not cookies. All right, guys. This is teal from Golden. So tomorrow night I'll be on for the last night. I still haven't decided if I'm going to be on for Friday Night Live because it's supposed to be my first night off from October 1st. But it's Friday night, so I don't know if we'll be on or not. I'm just going to leave it up in the air and surprise you. I may or may not come on. We're going to spend Christmas with my mom on New Year's Day because she wasn't feeling well on Christmas Day. So I haven't seen my brother or my mom. So we're going to do that.
Shaz says they love.
Oh, I love this.
I don't even know how to pronounce this. Bougie smugglers.
Bougie.
Bougie
Bougie.
smugglers.
Karen Brown, how did your test go? Did you test positive? Karen Brown, did you get a test? The newest podcast with Debbie Beard as my featured guest, talking about opening a brick and mortar during a global pandemic and what all that entails. That will be out first thing in the morning. Thank you, Alice. I do want to. I last night we're going to actually tomorrow. I'm actually going to talk to you all about kind of what I learned since October 1st, as far as if you're doing the live videos to try to grow your business. I kind of have some feedback for you, for those of you that are interested. I'll be painting too, because I don't want to bore you if you're not interested. But I just kind of, I'm going to wrap up the last 3 months, and it's not technically 100 lives because it's more like 94. But to be honest with you, I go live so many other times inside my other groups that it's well over 100 if you look at it like that. So I'm going to do that. Now this is Prussian. This is Prussian blue. It's still a golden color, and I'm keeping my canvas wet, and I'm going to put in some more of that violet alcohol ink.
Debbie says it was a fun interview. I can't wait.
It was. And yesterday we did a store tour of Debbie's store, DIY a Go-Go, there on the Coast Highway. And she still has it decked out for the holidays, and she walked us around. So if you guys missed that, the live is on the Turquoise Iris Journal page, you guys. The next issue comes out in literally 16 days. We're getting ready to make our huge announcement tomorrow or the next day about who is going to be one of our featured artists. Now, mind you, I messaged the person and she replied, please, I would love to, Dion, but I need you to email my marketing assistant. So from there, I went to the team of people. The team of people got back with me and said, we would love to participate in your magazine. They sent me all of this marketing information, and I'm going to reveal that in the next day or two, who it's going to be. But I got the photos and I went, oh, you've got to be kidding me. So I'm pretty excited.
Would you like to know what a Bud G smuggler?
Bougie.
No, Bud G.
Oh, Bud G.
Bud
Okay.
G smuggler.
Okay, fine. Oh, I love the way it's
Would you
mixing
like
with that
to take-
farm girl.
Would you like to take any guess what a Bud G smugglers are?
Are you asking me, or is someone asking?
No, I'm asking you. It's all over the webs right now.
It's all over the webs.
Yeah.
All right, and now I'm going to get cerulean blue too. A budgie. What'd you say? A smuggler?
Budgie smugglers.
Okay, budgie smugglers
These are something that,
are people that.
okay, it's not, I would tell you this, it's not what people do. It's what they, something.
Are they fishermen?
They're not fishermen. Well, I guess they could be. It could be anybody,
Oh.
really. But
Oh.
it's mainly seen in sunshine and water.
Okay, are they surfers?
No.
Are they clam hunters?
Could be.
Oh. Are they sunbathers?
That's a big part of it, I think.
What? I'm
It's very,
very.
very tight swim trunks. Very small, tight swim trunks.
I don't want to even talk about that.
Bud G smugglers. Get it?
Budgie? No,
I
I don't get it.
don't know. I'm going to use it, though. I'm going to go. Matter of fact, after this live, I'm going to get my Bud G smugglers on.
No, I don't think you are.
Yes,
Who said this?
Yes,
They're
Marlis.
Speedos?
Marlis, I kind of want a pair. John threatens me that if I ever put a pair on, she would do the big D.
Do the big D.
Speedos, Dion. Speedos.
Okay, I had no idea. That wasn't the direction, obviously, I was going.
Okay, Alice wants me to model them. So I probably will be on the next cover spread on the turquoise journal, Iris journal.
Right, baby.
You know what we could call it? We could call it
I don't even think we should
could
go
call it
there.
Husbands of Artists.
Husbands of artists. That would be
Yes.
revealing the man club you started a long
No,
time
no,
ago.
no. We don't talk about the man club. That's first rule.
That's the first rule.
Kathy Anderson's in. Hello, Kathy. Good day.
Kathy, I'm wearing my boots. Ooh, I can't get my leg up here. I got it.
Crikey.
Crikey.
Crikey. Thank you so much, Kathy, for our prizes, our treats. I was like, honey, we have a parcel from Australia. Yes, Matt, you can wear the Speedo and the boots and eat your Tim Tams biscuits.
Kathy, we love you so much.
That was
Thank
so
you
thoughtful.
So much. Very thoughtful. I haven't had a Tim Tam yet, but I'm actually quite excited to break these open. We received a white package of Tim Tam. We received a chocolate mint, and we also received, looks like Deanna's trying to hide them from me.
No, I was showing
Some
them.
originals.
Oh.
They look chocolate on chocolate on chocolate. Thank you so much. I'm going to get so much mileage out of this. No worries.
What?
So when I come see you in Australia, I'll be down with the lingo, and I will be ready to go.
Down with the lingo.
Oh, honey, you forgot to show me this too.
What else did we get?
This right here.
Oh, I don't want to get, okay. And she also sent us this tea towel highlighting things that you do in Australia. Cuppa. She said a cuppa. Good with a cupola. Cuppa.
What's it? Is cuppa like is cuppa tea or?
I'm gonna go with a cuppa as in hot tea or hot coffee. We three chooks. Cake and a cuppa. Right there. Look, cake and a cuppa. So watch out for snacks.
Anyway, it was very, very nice and thoughtful, and we sure do appreciate you and can't wait to meet you. So.
Made me feel so special. And I've been wearing my boots since I opened them up. I took off my tennis shoes and put on my boots. So you use the heat. So when it drops to 40 and 50, yes, that's cold. He loves it. Yes. Okay, so here I am so far. This is where we're at so far. We've got the underlayer of the DIY paint coming through. So you see bits and peaks of it. It's brighter up at the top. Got a good solid foundation on it. So now I need to decide if I'm going to do more of a sand look or if I want to just go deeper and deeper with the blues. What do you think, Matt?
I'm going to say Struth.
Struth.
I think I said that right.
That
means OMG.
That means OMG, right?
Struth.
Kind of like a exasperated.
She'll be right. You beauty. No worries. Crikey.
Okay. That's annoying. That's awesome. So guys, if you just now are popping on, when we first came on, we continued our mindset talk this week because I thought we all needed to be here for each other as we dip our toes into 2021. Good, Catherine. Thank you. A little more blue. How about I do some more of the Prussian here, far away.
Thank you, Kathy. I will be working on it. When I get there, I will probably be like a local. Nobody will be able to pick up on the Oklahoma accent.
Accent. He
Accent.
said on the accent.
I can't even say my wife's own name.
No, you're pretty bad at it.
Dion.
Don't say it. Just don't. You sound like something's wrong with you.
Dion.
Stop. So, guys, he's halfway done with the pink bedroom. Halfway done. He finished wall 3 today. And there's 3 more walls to go. Okay, so deep blue out to sea. Let's come up with, ooh, I know. I don't have my white here, or I would just mix this with the white. I'll tell you what, whoever said that alcohol ink question, that totally took this painting up a notch by me getting that alcohol ink in here.
Kathy Anderson pretty much said, I am the Matt Dundee of Australia.
The Matt Dundee.
No, I'm actually the Matt Dundee of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I can totally see that.
Matt Dundee.
I'm gonna be walking up to my friends and going, crikey.
And they're going to think you've been drinking.
They're gonna go, what cricket? Where?
There's a cricket. Pick it
Where's
up.
the cricket?
I need a light aqua, so let me grab that. Did they guess what color they thought I might be putting in the inside of a wardrobe?
I don't know.
I think you asked them.
I don't. What color is wall 3? Wall 3 is what I like to call a blush.
They're all blush.
It is a cross between a red and a white. And I call it blush. That's right. Am I right? I got my colors right, didn't I?
Yeah, blush is pink, but it's like
no. It's
it's a
blush.
warm-
It's not pink.
No, he says we're not painting the room pink, which it's not. All right, I have ocean green. Ocean green calls for this painting. You guys, last night I went back and read some comments, and on YouTube, you think I put red inside the wardrobe, Carol Ann?
Ooh, she
Good
said
guess.
rose. Betty says blue.
Good guess, you guys. One of you.
Betty's soft peach. Yes, soft peach. That's a good.
You
one.
think I put yellow in the cabinet?
A mermaid tail.
So I have to tell you guys, one of the ladies that were on here last night, if you were called dingy, LOL, would you take offense to that?
Well, first
The
of all, you
lady
have to
left
know
a
what that-
message that said, "You are so dingy, LOL."
And we don't use that word, so I don't know if that's that a European
You know
word?
what? You know what I thought? She called me dingy.
No, I thought the first thing I thought of was dingbat.
He goes, "Does that mean dingbat?" And I'm like, I don't know, but I think dingy means not very bright. That's the way I thought.
Janet says fire starter.
You think I put fire starter because that was the base color, wasn't it?
Tabitha Jacobs says not a compliment.
Not a compliment.
Kathy Anderson says she might have meant funny.
She put, "You are so dingy, LOL." And I don't know who she was, but she's on YouTube. Maybe she's on here now.
Well, is dingy an Australian word?
You don't think dingy is bad? Okay.
Shaz says not nice.
I didn't really think it was that nice.
Kathy Cooper says it means funny.
It means funny, huh? So let's say you were. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. I just wanted y'all's opinion. Did you think she's being mean to me?
I don't think so. CJ, I don't think dingy is bad. Jasmine says, yeah, I would not. Yeah, I would, LOL. I wouldn't know what to think. Janet says, I'm dingy, LOL.
You know what? I've been called things before, but that's just never been a term that someone has used to describe me. Dingy. And so I was like, I don't know. Like, it means not very smart. Yes, it's mean if you're coming from the South. So that's why I was like, man, people say comments to me all the time, but I've never been called dingy before.
Well, I think, it's kind of like our wonderful friends in Australia. They say, you beauty, and it means something else.
Are you talking
You would
about?
say, you call me beautiful, but that's not really what it means.
Okay. Well, Crystal Molina says, assume the best. And I did assume the best. But I thought, you know what? I'll ask you guys. Is dingy from where you live and from your generation, is that something that you might not be all that proud of? But it was a new one for me. So there's a new nickname. Or knew something new. I had never been called that before.
Holly Taylor says, depends on where you are from.
Okay.
Which makes sense. Dingy can mean silly, funny, etc. So I like that. I'm with you, Holly. I think it's just a word that is used common somewhere that we're not familiar with.
So I'm not sure I'm going to get this completely finished because I haven't decided what I want to do here. I'll probably go with the beige sand, but I found this turquoise that I forgot I had, and I'm going to use this. It's a small boat, right? It's a small boat.
It is a small boat. That's
So
right.
I was like, wait, is it a dinghy or am I dingy?
I'm
How
gonna
do
be
you
hon-
spell dingy?
I'm gonna be honest with you. When John told me we received a package from Australia, I was kind of hoping for a dingo.
You thought we were going to open a dingo.
I thought we had baby dingoes in that box.
Oh, look at this turquoise green now. Oh my gosh. I'm having the best time. Let's put some of that down. I know, Crystal. I know, right? I know. You have to take a lot of things with a grain of salt. I'm not going to let someone trip me up. Trust me. Being on social media, you open yourself up to some really nasty things because there are people in this world who are miserable and want everybody else to be that way. Well, that's not me. You guys, you make our day even better. And I choose to see the good. I just kind of thought it was funny and thought, how about you guys? You think that's a compliment?
Kathy said when we get there, she's gonna take me to Fraser Island. She says that's where the dingoes are. I am
dingoes.
gonna take my picture with a dingo.
Matthew, what's a dingo?
It is like a dog, a wild dog. Quite ferocious, really.
Well, why would you want a picture with one
How
then?
many people you know get pictures with dingoes?
Well, people that live in Australia.
Well, it's possible, but not in Oklahoma.
Well, I'm going to stay on the other side of the fence while you go take your picture with the dingo. All right, let's turn this up and get a good look at it before we go any further. And then we will say good night. We liking it?
I think they're really enjoying the colors, yes. Would you call this an abstract?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not. Nah, it's brush it off like that.
No reason to carry that around.
No, I'm not going to carry that around. If y'all were on the first part of my discussion, you would know I can't waste my time carrying that one around. And even if I was dingy, I have never once said that I'm really that smart. Have I, Matt? I mean, I am not the sharpest tool. I know that I have a lot to learn. Thank goodness. Thank goodness I get to learn.
It's true.
I love the idea that I can be learning something new every day.
So, with all this Australian talk, I'm kind of excited. When are we going?
Honey, we can't go to Australia for a while. We have teenagers, college, high school.
So,
College. Okay,
Betty says,
let's put some more of this in here because we can.
love how the blue pops.
Do you like it?
Holly Taylor says, Matt, you are a brat, lol.
Matt,
Is
You're
that
a
called
brat.
abstract question mark? LMBO. Does that mean, what does that mean? Is it L? Or
what
I?
is what?
Oh, it's laugh my butt off. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's pretty neat.
It doesn't get out much.
I'm not I'm learning.
Well-
43 years old and I'm just trying to keep up.
Okay, so
Yeah, dingo.
the violet ink over this turquoise. Write that down as one of your absolute favorites. This painting looks like a beach scene with a sunrise and a sunset. Yes. You guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for joining me. If you had shared our heart talk this earlier when we started at 8, my goal is to make you feel
I know,
better
Tara.
than you did before you came on. And if you can sign off of here and feel better than you did an hour ago, then everything is worth it.
Tara Williams says, sorry, Matt, your dreams got smashed. Darn kids. JK, LOL.
Yep. Always those kids.
Those kiddos.
He always says, he always teases me and says, I want to have kids. I want to have kids.
Yeah, you know when your kids, they tend to, you convince yourself that they don't rule the house, but they do. I always tell myself, oh no, those kids don't boss me around, but they really do.
All right.
Oh, this is nice.
I think I'm going to sign off.
I sure do feel better than an hour ago. Thank you.
You do good. That's worth it then, guys. It's worth the dingy comments or the counselor comments or whatever that pops on here every once in a while. I think you all are amazing. I hope you have a good Thursday tomorrow, and I will be back with him at 8:30 Central Time, maybe a little bit earlier to talk a little bit more heart talk. So I need to figure out kind of what to do here. I'll probably put a little bit of sand and kind of build up some more layers. Now this is dripping, and I don't actually want that to drip that direction yet. I do want some of that, but I'm not ready for that just yet. So I'm going to turn it back this way and let it go. But letting these layers kind of overlap on each other.
Oh, get this, honey.
Is it-
Aaron Norris
Hi, Aaron.
just posted my first portrait. Eek.
Congrats.
Nice.
Good for you. Get it out of there, girl. Go for it. What time is the podcast? So Celestine, once it's out, it's out. And all week it'll be the most recent one. Thank you, Irma. That's so nice. So it will come out at 6 a.m. Central Time in the morning, the one where I'm interviewing Debbie Beard. And then it stays on my podcast. So she is number 16. And so you'll always be able to find Debbie Beard on my podcast as number 16. And then it will, like all week, it'll be the most recent one. And then on the 17th, number 17 will come out next Thursday. And that one is my cousin, where I interviewed her. And she's a professional photographer, and talk to her. And it goes on and on and on and on. And then the new journal will be out, and we will interview all of those folks that are in the journal and being featured as well. Thank you, everybody. Pam, I saw that Pam had a question.
Are the December challenges all entered in?
We will draw tomorrow around noon, Pam. I give everybody about 48 hours to post the Creative Connection entries in the group for their paint challenge. So I give everybody about 48 hours, because I know not everybody is on social media like I am. Marlis, I haven't recorded a new podcast yet. I did 3 in 2 days. And so I'm set for the next 3 weeks, but I will be busting that out. And probably the first one I'm going to interview is my brother. I've asked my brother to come onto my podcast as well, but he'll probably come over here and share the microphone with me. All right, everybody, take care and have a wonderful Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.
Good night.